What's going on,
What's up, guys? Brian with Off the Map Podcast. I had to do that just to fuck with you. What's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm well, man. I had to fuck up our intro there beforehand, Keith. We didn't know who led the intro.
Right.
So I figured I'd fuck with Keith. I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm grateful. I think
You're grateful a lot, just so you know.
yeah, because I'm grateful.
I know. You are, though.
Sometimes it's nice
you
to
really are, though.
appreciate.
Like, I mean, you even do that with, like, little things, though. Like, even, like, things that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Like, you've told me that you're grateful for me for, like, little subtle things. And
yeah.
Make my day, homie.
No, I appreciate it, man. I learned to appreciate things. I think for a while I went through a period of life where I was really selfish and thought the world was against me, and I have to take time now to really understand the gifts that I receive on a daily basis from the people I'm around. Being a part of this team and this gym. I didn't have that years ago. My growth, the friendships I've made. I just want to be grateful for a lot of things, and it makes me just appreciate my days that much more. I've talked plenty a lot, and just being a sad individual, depressed individual, you don't take time to really appreciate things, but it makes me feel better understanding, like, oh, okay, I get to go see these individuals today and they're going to improve my life.
Yeah.
Just things like that. So I always say I'm grateful.
I like that quality of you there.
Yeah.
Just always being grateful for things like that. Because you don't just say it, though. You, like I was saying, you can tell that you are grateful for those things.
No, I say it to my employees. For people that don't know, if you haven't heard, I'm the manager of the Kansas City Improv, and I have a team of servers that go out there and that go out there and deal with customers on a daily basis, good or bad. And at the end of every shift, I always tell them, like, hey, I appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate you guys working. And one time, a server was like, why do you say that to us? Like, we need to be here. We need to make money. And I was like, yeah, but I appreciate you guys because, when I was working for The Voice and when I was bar back and bartending, I was the main guy that's like, hey, someone just threw up all over the place. I essentially was like the janitor, which is fine, but no one appreciated me. And it was kind of like, hey, bitch, go do it.
Yeah.
It was.
Doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And even after, even if I came out, drenched or if something happened to me, if a customer threw up on me or, I'm cleaning up something nasty, it's going to be like, okay.
Have you ever read How to Win Friends and Influence Others?
No, it's actually on my list I actually have a list of books I want to read.
You should.
And that's on them.
You should read that. There's a lot of like managerial type stuff in there as far as like appreciation for your employees and things like that I think you'll be able to relate to a lot and you'll like a lot. Like one of the things that they said that's in there that I actively do is like try and address everybody by their first name. So like if I go on the gas station, like reading the person's name tag and using their name instead of just saying, hey, thanks, man.
Right.
Like that motherfucker has an identity, use it, like subtle things like that. And I think you're like already keen to a lot of those things. Like in that sense, as far as like being appreciative of your employees, like obviously you're going to be more likely to want to come to work and work better if you're appreciated at work.
Yeah.
Versus being like, all right, we gonna see you tomorrow or what? What's good?
Well, I had this weird, which obviously didn't pay off in life. I had this weird sense of pride for whatever reason since I was a kid.
You don't say.
That I thought I was too good for certain things. And that sucks.
You can't do that. Yeah, that does suck. I same here, bro.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us go through that.
Yeah.
But same here for sure.
And not in a way, because I was never that vocal about it, but it's like looking down on people that like take jobs. Those are hardworking, honest jobs that people have.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd be like, he does what? I wouldn't do that. Like,
yeah.
Like get the fuck over
and
yourself.
That's a terrible thing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
It stems from my 5th grade teacher telling me that I wasn't going to be shit.
Isn't there always that teacher that says that?
Yeah, I had.
For me, it was more so middle school though. Like once I started getting older, and it's like, all right, I'm kind of starting to become an adult. This is starting to get disturbing now, you know?
Yeah, no, my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Wyatt.
Go fuck yourself, Mr. Wyatt.
I mean, I'm sure he's dead by now, so rest in peace.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let's hear this magnificent story about Mr. Wyatt.
No,
now.
I just was like, I was a knucklehead. I was always kind of like a knucklehead kid.
Yeah.
And I did something in class one day, and he made the remark, legit, nothing exaggerated, where he just went, you know what, Keith, when you're 25 making me burgers, you're going to remember this day.
I've actually heard teachers say things similar to that to kids, yeah.
Crazy thing about it?
Yeah, what?
24 years later, he died. So I would have never...
So he is dead?
No, I don't know.
I
was just making that last
part. Oh, okay. I really want to find out what happened to Mr. Wyatt.
I probably shouldn't joke about the dead like that.
Yeah, because he that's possible.
Yeah. Ugh.
We'll have to figure it out.
Sorry to the Wyatt family.
Yeah, we'll figure out what happened to Mr. Wyatt. That's fucked up, though.
Yeah.
Like in 5th grade, and you held on to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm 31 years old talking about it right now.
Yeah, I can imagine that was...
it's always bothered me.
Impact. How did the class react to that?
Ooh, he used to embarrass me a lot.
Was it just you, or was that just like his style?
There's a theory out there.
Oh, shit. Is
he
racist?
Was a racist.
Yeah. Fucking
because he used to always like demean and really mock the black students. So it was always kind of brought against him that he was.
Was it just black students or any non-white student?
Any non-white student.
Fucking Mr. Wyatt.
But I don't know if that's true. But yeah, I mean, I always wanted to be a class clown, even back then in elementary school. So I was always,
yeah.
I'm sure I rubbed him the wrong way a lot. I told the story about a science teacher that won the, that can catch these hands. Mr. Carney.
Now Mr. Wyatt can too.
Oh, he could always get the business.
He could always get the business. Yeah. I never had any situations like that.
To put the icing on the cake, I didn't go to a traditional state college, but he was such a big Gators fan. I vowed that because I thought I was gonna play football.
Yeah,
and I would never go to the Florida Gators because of him.
You showed him.
Sure did.
Gotcha. I didn't go to the college that you were a fan of.
I didn't go to college at all.
That's such a fucking stupid thing for you. Like, I'm going to get him back. I'm not going to go to the college
I'm going to go to FSU, Florida State University, and I'm going to run all down their throats because I was going to be this fantastic running back.
Running back?
Yeah, I was my biggest fan. I was the biggest fan.
You were your biggest fan.
Emmitt Smith of the Cowboys.
Yeah. Bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
But you didn't play running back though, right?
No,
okay. I was about to say, like, I don't picture you being a running back. Like,
I didn't play football.
Fitting into the pocket and then getting out the other end. Like, I don't see that happening.
I didn't play football until my junior year of high school. Wasn't eligible the first 2 years. And when I signed up for running back, they just looked at me and was like, "Nah, we like the way you're built. We're gonna put you on strong safety." Yeah. And I was like, "No, I want to play running back." And they were like, "Yeah, no, we're going to make you a strong safety. You're going to play defense. You have shoulders. You look like you can hit."
Yeah. That's football.
Yeah.
That's football.
Never got my chance.
Really could have shined.
Really could have shined it. We were talking about, so this kid that works for the business, he just lost his senior game, and he was really upset.
Wait, works for the business?
The Kansas City Improv.
Oh, okay.
And he just lost his senior game, which it sucks.
Yeah.
It means a lot to you at that moment. That's like one of the biggest things. And I was talking, and I was like, "Hey man, it gets better." He's thinking about going to college and playing football. I was like, "You're gonna have plenty more opportunities to play football." And then I forgot, and we might have talked about this before. I've never won a football game.
Really?
Yeah. Junior and senior year, we lost every single game.
But you thought you were going to go to college and play football?
Well, obviously, after the fourth thrashing we got, I was like, maybe this isn't for me.
Maybe this isn't for me. All right, never won a game.
Yeah, well, our team, because we were the
Like,
new
how
school.
bad would you guys lose? Like, it wasn't even fucking close?
It wasn't close.
You guys were the
My-
team that everybody joked about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
went to Bayside High. We just opened. So I graduated 2006. Let's say we opened 2001. We were a fresh new school. My junior year on the JV team, at least, our only 2 scores were from the defensive side, and I was one, and the other corner was the other. So I led the team in touchdowns that year.
Would you get like an interception or something?
Fumble recovery. 80 yards, baby.
Wasn't it an 80-yard recovery?
Bro,
That's impressive.
got that speed.
Maybe you were just ahead of the pack.
Nope.
Nope.
Broke a tackle.
Did you?
Yeah.
I want video of this, or it never happened.
I would love to get video of it. It'd be like my fucking glory moment. Every time someone
Put it on the resume.
I'd put it on my phone, and anytime anyone was like, "Hey, what makes you happy?" I'd pull that up.
If anyone starts talking shit like, yo, I'd give you the hands. Be like, bro, did you see me running this
Bro,
fucking ball in?
I'd be like Al Bundy.
Be that guy that never lets go.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just talking with him. Good times.
Back in the day, I could throw a ball over the mountains there.
Oh my god.
That's too funny. What's happening in fights this weekend, dude?
Yes, we can. We actually got to watch fights together.
We've done that before.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I was trying to make it a bigger thing.
This isn't
We got to watch it
anything
with the team, though.
Yeah, we watched it with the whole watch party deal. That was cool.
Yeah, we had to watch. Well, we didn't throw it, but
Yeah, I mean, I take credit for it, though.
you should.
No, Zach was awesome enough to host a watch party for the entire gym, which was ballsy.
Yes.
Because, damn, that's a lot of people in your house, bro. So, yeah. I even talked to, like, Amy on Saturday. I was just like, are you ready for tonight? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah. Before we get into the fights, I will talk about some things that happened. I had to travel alone with my babies. My lady was at work.
Mm-hmm.
And I went. All the mothers that helped were amazing. From Amy to Heidi to Katricia. I mean, all of them were amazing in handling my twins because they were not happy
No.
at the beginning and through the rest of the night. They needed attention. And my daughter, Maya, especially wanted attention from me. So she was very unruly, but the moms really soldiered on, and Maureen really helped out Rachel, Heather. They all amazing, take time out of their nights off. They don't have babies anymore to help me out. So thank you very much. Orlando.
What about Orlando?
Orlando had a couple extra drinks and saw a different side of him.
Yeah, Orlando was drunk.
Yeah, and he first of all tried to scare my baby.
What did he do to try and scare your baby? Hold the fuck up. What do you mean? This actually happened?
Yeah, I guess I should just be more cautious with my baby because there are psychos out there. So he's like, come here, let me have the baby. My baby didn't want to go.
No.
And he's like, no, just give her to me. And I'm like, Orlando. And he's like, and so I was like, no. And then she was crawling, so he just picked her up. So I was like, all right. And he held my baby, and she was kind of assessing him to see if she liked him or not. And then he I don't even know how to describe the
fucking
movement.
Orlando's fucking unicorn, dude.
He tried to make my baby flinch. So he was holding my baby. And,
he's like,
and my baby was kind of looked at him and was like, hey, idiot, what are you doing?
I'm a baby, bitch.
I'm 11 months. And then he kind of put her down and everything. I mean, he was real playful. He wasn't malicious. And then we were doing something, and he goes, man, Keith, your baby sometimes can just be a cock blocker. And I was like, oh, that's new.
That's right. You did tell me that as I was leaving. You were like, thanks for calling my baby a cock block. I'm like, you did what, Orlando?
I'm like, that's new. What? They're kids.
What was his explanation for that one?
I don't know. He was gone by then.
Yeah. I had to give him a ride home.
Yeah. How was that experience?
That was fun. He yelled at me a lot and repeated himself a lot.
Yeah. You know what? I appreciate Orlando. I know he listens, so that's the reason why I'm giving him shit right now.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Orlando. But yeah, my babies are...
That's fucking hilarious. I can literally visualize him picking your baby up and just being like stoked and then fucking lunging.
It's funny.
Fuck you gonna do about it?
Yeah, right. Right. Like he's trying to size up my baby. No, it was a good time though, Orlando. Orlando definitely was like, that's hilarious. Overall, it was nice interacting with people outside of the gym.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody was different environment, you know. Everybody could let their hair down.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Letting your hair down.
Yeah, because I'm not in a workplace environment either, so it was fun, you know.
Right.
Everybody's having a couple drinks, things like that. So
I think it should be like not a monthly thing, but like every couple months. I think that should be a thing.
Do a gym thing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I bit my tongue. That was violent. Not necessarily at Zach's house. Just because.
No, at Zach's house.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there it is. I invited everybody to get there for 2:45, but you know, I'll let you do the inviting. You can invite everybody to Zach's house.
I think about that sometimes when because you know I'm a big fan of Nate Diaz, and we'll get to what happened. But I always kind of like try to mimic him a little bit, you know. And I like talking shit when I'm fighting. Sparring. When I'm sparring, I haven't really gotten a fight yet. But when I'm sparring, I kind of like to show off and talk a little bit. And Zach's like, you do that in a fight, and I'm going to fuck you up. And I was like, oh, no, I don't want that to happen. But then I really started like processing things. And I was like, wait a minute. You beat my ass already.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to change if I do that.
There's always that different level.
That's true, too.
You always think that. You're like, oh, okay, well, you know, Zach already beats my ass as is. And then one day you're like, that was different. You know?
Okay, yeah.
You're like, that's not like what I'm used to. That was different.
Regardless, I won't do it in a fight. Like, I would never be disrespectful to my opponent in a sense of, like, especially, like, what Corey Anderson did. I would never do that.
That was excessive, right?
It was. We can head into the fights now.
Yeah.
What stuck out? What was your favorite fight of the night?
I guess my favorite fight was the Jorge Masvidal Nate Diaz fight. I thought Jorge Masvidal was really impressive, but I was also blown away by Kevin Lee, and I was counting Kevin Lee out hard. I thought for sure Kevin Lee was going to lose that fight, and had an impressive head kick.
Man,
impressive
against an undefeated.
Knocked him smooth out, dude.
Did you see the reaction video of like Megan O'Leary and Dominic Cruz and all that?
Yeah, that's how it was for us. We were just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It was like one of those rare moments where it's like, you kind of see it too, like sometimes whenever someone like does like a swing and a miss situation, like let's say hypothetically he had missed that kick, right?
Right.
And it was like, there's that brief moment where he could have hit it and he fucking hit it. It was right on the button. You know what I mean? Like there's a brief window in like transitions and movements like that where you can land like a big shot, a knockout shot, and he hit it fucking perfect.
You know, certain knockouts are scarier than others. And what made that knockout so scary, because he went to sleep, and I know you're going to be like, well, he got knocked out. But like some people like
that was
get knocked out, hit the cage or hit the mat and wake up.
Yeah.
He didn't wake up.
No. Yeah. And he was out before he hit, and he was, it was,
yeah.
It was pretty bad. There were no follow-up punches, nothing. He was just like out. But yeah, that one really stood out to me just because Kevin Lee was impressive, and I didn't have him winning.
You know, I'm a fan of Kevin Lee. I watching some of the UFC, the background stories. I forgot the name of it. But watching the UFC Unfiltered and all that.
Unfiltered, right? Isn't that it?
It's one of them. Hearing about his backstory with his family and him, he's basically like taking care of the whole family.
Yeah.
You know, I love those stories. He is an asshole, obviously. I think that shines through, but you know, all of it. Also, some of it, I believe, is gamingship.
Yeah.
You know, But Kevin Lee, he gets those boos. He's definitely, if you had to put him in the type, he's definitely a heel. He's definitely a villain.
Oh yeah.
And
I would agree with that for sure.
But I like him.
I like him too. I think he's I like him as well. But I agree with that he's definitely in that villain role.
And he is humble after he loses too,
which you should be.
Yes,
which you should be. Yeah, he definitely is. Yo, did you see Darren Till's post-fight interview?
I didn't get to hear it.
I'm talking about the one backstage. So not his post-fight interview. It's pretty intense, actually. Not his post-fight interview, the one that he does backstage. He straight up had a breakdown. He started breaking down, and he was like, I really needed this win. I wasn't sure if I was going to continue on. I wasn't sure if this was for me anymore, having those losses back to back in my hometown and being knocked out like that. I just didn't know if I had it in me anymore, and I just really needed that. And he was, it was interesting. He was just it was extremely vulnerable, and it's not something you would expect to see out of someone like Darren Till.
Well, when he was walking out to the cage, when he was in the cage,
even different
during his introduction, he didn't have that fire in his eyes.
Yeah,
he looked worried.
I agree. It was different. He didn't even come out singing his fucking walkout.
No.
Whole audience is, and he's just straight face, just all right, here we are. And yeah. You watch that though, because he was really vulnerable, and I think, Darren Till's human.
No, he is. He I think he said it where he thought he was invincible.
Yeah.
He's still a bad man. I'm going out there, and he wasn't going out there against just someone in the top 10. He was going after the number 1 contender.
Yeah.
So him going out there, putting on that performance, it's such a bad word to use. Surviving, got the victory is really impressive. And it's so crazy because sometimes I'm I don't know how I feel about Till. But it's I hate to say it because it's only one victory, but it's I probably wouldn't mind him fighting for the title. It wouldn't be too extreme if he fought for the title. I don't want to see it right now. I mean, it's his first victory. Right? He doesn't want the title fight.
No.
But if they announce it, I'd be like, okay.
I wouldn't. I don't think anybody's looking at a title fight for Till right now. He just got his first win in the last he's been getting
2 years?
Fucked up. Yeah, he's been losing pretty hard lately. So yeah, I don't think anybody's thinking about him getting any title shots right now.
But you beat the number 1 contender. I mean, what do you? It's
you also just.
I mean, he didn't starch Gastelum or anything. I mean, it was still a close contest in my eyes.
Gastelum didn't even show up. That's what I saw.
Okay.
Gastelum didn't even look like he was into it at all.
Right.
I mean, he didn't try.
But that could be a factor where Gastelum didn't think it was going to be a hard fight.
True. That's very true. Not sure how to approach the situation. Just kind of stumped. Yeah. That's definitely a thing.
Let me get this over with.
Yep.
And I don't know. I'm just speculating that's what he could have been going through his mind.
Right. It's definitely an option for sure. I don't think. Yeah, for Till, at least another win or two.
Of course.
Yeah, 85.
Two.
85, he's going to have a hard time, man. Yeah. I mean, some monsters up there.
Yeah.
Monsters. So, yeah. But, yeah, did not see him winning. That was interesting. I thought for sure he was going to lose. But, like I said, Gastelum, I feel just didn't show up, which may have been because of that. But who knows?
Corey Anderson, Johnny Walker. I know that wasn't on the main card, but that was a big fight.
Yeah.
You don't seem that thrilled. I actually, to be fair, I believe you called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did call it.
I did.
You've been saying that around the gym. We probably haven't spoken about it on the podcast, but you've been kind of,
I'm just so unimpressed with 205.
Right.
Completely as a whole. I need that entire division for me is ruined because of John Jones. Because nobody at 205 can beat John Jones, and John Jones refuses to go up.
Yeah, but that's their fault, though.
Very true.
That's not John Jones' fault.
Depends on how you look at it.
Bro, 205. You've seen almost everyone.
As a competitor, it's his fault.
He's great.
He is. Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Okay. It's just hard for me to be like, these are still, elite level dangerous strikers, that, I mean, they have to show up. And unfortunately, what happened to the last gentleman with his knee being blown out, who knows how different that fight could have been if he was 100%. Or he didn't sustain that big of an injury.
How many times have we said that, though? Like about a John Jones fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's always that. We've said that a million times about all kinds of like random stuff. Yeah. What if John Jones didn't poke him in the eye or something like that?
I hear you.
Or what if this happened? What if that happened? Go up to heavyweight. Stop being a bitch. Go up to heavyweight.
Those are the views and thoughts of Brian Harris, not Keith McMillan.
Yeah. I'm holding it down. That tweet, I think I talked about it last time. That tweet that he had left about Ngannou still bugs me.
Okay. Let's go back to the fights. I don't want to get
sorry. Anyway, I get riled up anytime we talk about 205 just because John Jones bugs the shit out of me.
So the way Corey Anderson conducted himself, there was like conflicting reports because Dan Hardy reported that in the hallway, Johnny Walker was talking shit to Corey Anderson, saying that he's going to get knocked out. Then Johnny Walker came out and was like, that's not true, that's not true. And then Dan Hardy was like, well, I wasn't there, but this is what I was told by a trusted source. But maybe it didn't happen. But Corey Anderson was fired up for a reason.
Yeah.
So something did go down to where that made Corey Anderson want to kind of throw it in his face after he, knocked him out.
Yeah. I mean, it was excessive, but if someone's talking shit and you win, fucking go off, dude, I guess. I was about it. Yeah, I mean, he got a little out of hand with it, but I was about him talking shit, after the win. For real, if someone's talking shit and you fucking lose, then be ready. You better buckle up. Deal with it, bro. It's coming.
And MMA is such a weird thing to like, when you're talking shit and then you lose. It's like, oh my God, no matter what, I can't do anything because he just beat my ass.
Yeah.
Because
so it's like, yeah, exactly.
Because I think the biggest moment I could think of is the Travis Browne fight with the Brazilian. Oh my God.
With he's fought a few Brazilians.
No, the one where Edmund got kicked.
Where Edmund got kicked.
Who was the last after? Who's Stipe beat to get the championship belt from? My brain is so terrible today. Verdum. Remember Travis Browne and Verdum fought, and then after the fight, Edmund was still talking shit, and then Verdum push kicked. Edmund
I don't remember him getting push kicked.
Yeah. Edmund push kicked Verdum push kicked Edmund in the cage, and then Travis Browne kind of stood up like he's about to do something, but he's like, "Dude, he just beat your ass."
Yeah.
You might want to cower with Edmund.
Yeah, you might want to chill the fuck out.
Right.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You can't do anything in those situations, so shoot him. Right?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Fuck it, I'll just shoot you. That's my best bet at that point.
Wonder Boy Thompson versus Luque.
Wonder Boy looked good, man. He looked good.
Scary at some moments.
I wasn't. I think he looked good. He seemed to be comfortable.
Okay.
What, you think he was getting touched too much?
Yeah.
Got touched a few times, but I wouldn't go as far to say too much. What I do like about that, though, is that he wasn't afraid.
No, not
you know? I mean, well, he's coming off an Anthony Pettis knocking him the fuck out.
Right.
Knocking him the fuck out. You know what I mean? And that's the first time he's been knocked out, you know? That's hard to get over.
Right.
That's not an easy thing to get past.
No, not at all.
So,
and we've seen a lot of fighters
the fact that he was getting hit and he wasn't worried about it, that's awesome. Good for him. That means, at least to me, that he's mentally strong.
Yeah, no, Wonder Boy is one of those individuals, and I've had the pleasure of meeting him and fanboying, taking a photo with him. But I know we say this about a lot of MMA fighters, and they conduct themselves in a very awesome way. He might, to me, seem like the most genuine, nicest person.
Oh, yeah.
From first, obviously, we get to be around other professionals, other UFC professionals. But just meeting him on a basis. Like you tell some people are like, all right, yeah, let's get this fucking photo over with.
Yeah.
Wonder Boy like took his time. It was like, genuinely, and it might be that southern twang that he has that kind of draws you in, but
no, he's a fucking gentleman.
Yeah,
we've said it a million times. Yeah, he's fucking awesome. But yeah, his fight as far as like his, I'm just glad that he was able to get past that knockout.
Right.
Because a lot of people can't get past that. I mean, like we've seen like with Till, you know, he was clearly struggling with getting past it.
Of course.
So yeah, that was cool. And then Derek Lewis.
He looked great.
He didn't win that fight.
I think you wrestlers kind of take that takedown shit to heart too much.
I don't think he won that fight.
I think he did.
Okay.
Because he never really got damaged on the fight on the ground. I think when you get taken down,
that'd be great if damage was a thing that was judged. Well, damage is not judged. That
night it was.
That night it was, but it's not something that's scored by.
Yeah, but there's a takedown also where he got back up. I think if you look at it from that point of view, you got to score points in the sense of if you're getting held down.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you're saying like yeah.
There was a couple of tenths later, like he took him down and he got right back up.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, at least it was like what was it? It was a split decision, wasn't it?
It was, but I mean, I don't think Derek Lewis clearly lost.
I wouldn't say clearly lost, but in my opinion, I don't think he won either.
I think he won. I think he did just enough.
I would definitely... Actually, you know what? Neither of those guys won that fight because that was a boring-ass fight.
You think so?
I was pretty bored.
I don't think the other dude was going to get knocked out. He looked like he had a chin from hell.
Yeah, but they also weren't doing anything. They weren't... I didn't feel like they were trying to knock each other out except like timing that one big shot, you know?
I think...
I felt like they were just like kind of both just like winding up and like waiting for someone to make a move, and then it was like swing and a miss. All right, let's try again, you know?
I feel differently. I feel like Lewis kind of was taking his time. He didn't want to gas out. He was more conservative. All than ever. I agree. But I also felt like he was putting some stuff together, and then the dude kind of ran away when he was getting touched up. And I think Derek Lewis went for it more towards the end of the round. So,
either way, in my opinion, that fight sucked. You liked it?
No,
maybe I should rewatch it.
I think you should.
Okay. I might have to rewatch that one, as long as I don't fall asleep in the process. Yeah, that fight sucked, in my opinion.
And then we had the big fight, Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. As a part of the Nick Diaz army, big Nate Diaz fan, I understand what happened in those 3 rounds.
Here we go.
What do you mean?
What are you gonna say? What do you mean you
understand?
Lost? Oh, okay.
What the hell?
I thought you were
you were so defensive.
No, I thought you were about to be like, Nate was about to come back. And
No, you know what? I felt that way at first.
Yeah.
And then listening to Jorge Masvidal kind of give his point of view and being like, if you think I was going to lose, he addressed it.
Yeah.
He's like, if you think Nate was just going to whoop my ass in the 4th and 5th round, he's like, I have just as much conditioning as that man.
Yeah.
And me hearing that goes, okay, because normally, you know, certain opponents of Nate's, or just of someone with that high level of cardio, do fade away in the 4th and 5th round.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't get that sense from Jorge.
I didn't either. I mean, it seemed like he was slowing down a little bit, but it wasn't like he was... I didn't get the sense that he was like gassing out or anything like that. I was still confident in the fact that he could stay on top of Nate.
Like when Nate fights Conor, you can see Conor at some point in both fights check out.
Yeah.
And then in the second fight, somehow he got that second win and came back, lasted through. And then I don't think he beat Nate, but he got the victory. But yeah, Jorge was whipping Nate's ass.
Yeah, it was a lot like the Max Holloway Dustin Poirier fight.
Yeah,
in the sense of like, Dustin Poirier wasn't letting Max Holloway get off, just like Jorge wasn't really letting Nate get off.
No, he didn't. Yeah.
And whenever Nate did get off, which happened every now and again, Jorge always came back with some fucking heat every time.
He had malicious intent.
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, it was just everything that he threw was just fucking furious, dude.
I'm Nate Diaz fanboy. I was still excited. Nate hung in there.
Yeah,
He hung in there. It was still kind of.
Yeah, Nate did what Nate does. I mean, that's one thing. Like, it would never cross my mind. Like, oh, I bet you Nate's gonna back out or Nate's gonna start quitting here. Like that. That's not even a thought. I knew that wasn't gonna happen for sure.
But Jorge Masvidal, masterpiece.
Yeah,
and probably could have. A couple times, I thought he was gonna put Nate away. Not completely. I didn't think he was gonna get. I thought he would have TKO'd him.
Yeah, because he had a few knockdowns that looked like he could have. But I think that he did a good job of not blowing the gas tank either.
Right. We had on last night the gym or 2 nights ago the Pettis Diaz fight.
Mm-hmm.
Nate got cut in that fight in the same spot.
Yeah, someone actually just posted that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I was watching the fight and I go, oh,
it's like the exact same cut.
Exact same cut, and they almost stopped that fight too. Obviously, it wasn't as vicious as a Jorge Masvidal.
Dude, why doesn't Nate, and I was saying this
take surgery?
Yeah. Why doesn't he get his scar tissue removed?
That's what Nick had to do.
That's what a bunch of fighters have had to do. Forrest Griffin, Vanderlei Silva, tons of fighters have had to get scar tissue removed, especially those guys that,
Vanderlei.
Yeah, went to that guy. He needs a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's necessary. Like
super necessary.
There it is. I'll leave it at that. It's super necessary.
I'm a big fan of Jorge Masvidal. I've always been. Being from Florida, watching the backyard fights, always been a fan of Jorge Masvidal when he was fighting in Strikeforce.
Yeah.
I've always liked him. Seeing this boost this late in his career is fascinating.
Yep.
Because now the test will be, what does he do against Usman, Covington? I would love to see the Covington fight because there's so much bad blood and it's personal. I like those fights.
Because they're not cool anymore, right?
No, I mean, they're completely enemies.
Fuck Colby Covington.
There's certain. I don't know how he will match up against, because I feel like the last couple of fights he's only fought strikers. Not taking anything away from him.
Yeah.
I mean, Askren. All right, let me shut the hell up. Obviously, he fought Askren.
Also, he didn't fight Askren.
Yeah.
He threw a knee at Askren, and that was it.
Yeah.
They didn't fight.
But it would be fascinating to see how he does. I'm not saying I don't think he'll get mollywopped, but I don't think, if he matches someone with Covington with that cardio.
Yeah.
That's an awesome, and Usman too.
Yeah.
Can Usman implement that wrestling, or does Masvidal have enough anti-wrestling to, But congratulations to Jorge Masvidal, BMF.
Yeah, I'll never call him BMF, but that's cool that I'm glad that he got to be on a main event and make a lot of money. Because he's one of the real ones, as far as fighters go.
Yeah.
So that's awesome that he got a check. I'm glad that dude got a check. Nate too. Nate's been collecting checks though since Conor.
Yeah, so it's awesome to see those guys get their due. And sorry for the phone. Can we? I know if I'll just talk through it. It's real. It's authentic, people.
No edits.
I'm cool if Nate goes away after this too. Because Nate was kind of I want this fight, and we know how the Diaz brothers are.
Yeah.
And Nate did say, if I don't get this fight, I might take another 3 years off.
He doesn't have another 3 years to take off.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of if he's done the same way Nick kind of went off, there's no big, because I listened to the Ariel Helwani interview with Nate, the hour-long one.
Mm-hmm.
And Nate was kind of yeah, whenever I'm done, I'm done. I don't need to put my gloves in the middle of the cage and all that. He's I don't need no big sentimental send-off,
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. Because
Yeah.
that's what we had to do with Nick. Nick's never coming back.
No. But he said that he wasn't. After being out for a year. His suspension was up and then he didn't fight right off top.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, I like partying instead. I don't want to hurt people.
Yeah. No, but I mean, But there wasn't like no big dramatic end post fight interview and
No.
Guys, this is it, which is cool. So I'll be okay with it. And Masvidal, I would love to see fight for the belt. I don't want to see the Conor fight.
No.
I think he demolishes Conor.
I think he fucks Conor up too, yeah. I think he hurts Conor for sure.
Yeah.
So you think Jorge Masvidal gets the winner of Kamaru Usman and Covington?
It would be
or should.
I think he should, especially if it's Covington.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight? Future fights.
That'd probably be the most intriguing fight of 2020.
I think Kamaru's gonna get him.
Oh, Covington. Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
You were talking about
if Covington and Masvidal fought.
Yeah. If those guys fought,
I hope Usman.
I don't see that. That's why That's why I asked, because I don't see that matchup coming into play. Like if Jorge truly gets a title shot after this and gets the winner, because I don't see Covington beating Kamaru Usman.
I think it's a decision. I think Usman gets him. Decision though.
Yeah.
I don't think they're not putting each other away, especially not if, with Covington's patty cake game. But yeah, I see Usman winning. I hope he wins. I'm emotionally invested. Politics aside and everything, I think Covington is just such the character.
Not a good person.
No, exactly.
Just not a good person.
I don't like what he's trying. If this was like 2005, Covington would be perfect. With because he has a very basic I'm an alpha male. I bang hot chicks. You're nothing. I'm the toughest guy in the room. It's so corny nowadays. Him walking out with 3
He's like
models.
the bad guy on Never Back Down. For real, right?
Right.
That's him.
Oh.
I literally just put that together whenever you were going on your rant there. I was like, oh, he's a bad guy and Never Back Down.
Yeah, he's a corny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait for this fight. It would have been nice to have. Yeah, it would have been nice to have that fight. It would have been nice to have that fight at MSG.
Where's that one at?
This one's in Vegas.
Yeah, that would have been nice to be at Madison Square Garden, because that card itself is huge.
Yeah.
Zach and I were looking at it the other day. We're looking at all the upcoming cards that are coming up. There's a lot of interesting ones.
Nice.
But yeah. Yeah, I think Kamaru's going to kill Covington. All right, we need to wrap this up because we're about to have to open this gym up.
Yeah, we got to open up. Before we go, we can talk about the next podcast too. I want to get your thoughts on James Krause's "Don't Be a Bitch" speech.
We can talk about that now.
Okay.
I thought his speech was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's some real shit. I mean, because there is a difference. In the way he was explaining it too, you see it a lot from with the old heads, that happens a lot. That's what it takes, man. That's especially in the fight game. But it really, what he was saying, you got to apply that with any, and it's really just that ruthless mentality of just not letting up on whatever it is you're going for.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't make excuses for yourself and do this and that, and just don't be a bitch. Like he was saying, yeah, that speech was fucking awesome. He was, that's something that a lot of guys at Glory carry with them, that don't be a bitch mentality that nobody really talks about or puts into words. And I think that he did a pretty good job of doing that, of describing some of the guys that put in that work and that have that mentality.
I agree.
So yeah.
Awesome.
That's what I think. You don't have anything else to add to that?
No, I think it was fascinating. I guess I've never really sat down and talked with James. I don't get to experience him like you guys may have. So it was fascinating to hear his.
Let's say I don't talk to him that much, hardly at all.
Nah, but he was he had no filters, and it was very nice to hear something that real and authentic.
Yeah.
About the way you should carry yourself, especially if you're in this game of MMA, and it's definitely something that I appreciate listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish he'd come here and deliver the speech. Not saying anything about the guys here, but I think it'd be cool to watch that because we get to experience them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. First, I was kind of like, what the hell is this? And then I listened. I listened to the whole thing and was like, okay, I'll fuck with this.
Yeah, that's real shit.
You know,
it's real shit.
So it was awesome.
Tag James in it. Hopefully he can come in and say some fucking inspiring shit. There we go. All right, we got to wrap this bitch up so that way we can open up the gym. Out of this motherfucker, you got anything to add?
No, I appreciate everyone that listens. Thank you. Please like, subscribe.
It's definitely time to open up the gym now. All right, we out. Love, peace, chicken grease.
All right, bye.
I got to unlock this.